welcome to the Tom River Show. Pat O Melia here. Are you there? Got my microphone in front of me. Got a little bit of winter this week, but at least we had things got warm on Thursday. Got some rain. Weather's not too bad today. You got the St. Patrick's Day Parade. The Ocean County St. Patrick's Day Parade was rescheduled from March. Seaside Heights gets like 2 bites of the apple because originally there was quite a few people here. It was raining and it was cold, but they were bar hopping through Seaside that day. So Seaside Heights gets a second bite of the apple, so good for Seaside Heights. Don't forget everything on the bottom of the screen. Like us on Facebook. Subscribe to us on YouTube. Don't forget, download our live stream app. That's our base streaming network where we archive all our shows. It's a lot of other programming there also, so you can enjoy it. It's all free. And don't forget Twitter and Facebook and all that stuff. Ocean Gate. Well, yeah, I'm from Hudson County. And when we talk about corruption in New Jersey, it's usually Hudson County, but that's usually old news. Ocean Gate Mayor Kennedy, allegedly stole everything he could for quite a while. I mean, everything. He sold cars, they auctioned it, and he stole the money from the auction, some land sales from the auction, furniture from Town Hall. The guy even took the quarters from the parking meters. Now, don't talk about Hudson County anymore. At least we're not stealing the quarters out of parking meters. She's unbelievable. And the guy's copped to most of it. He confessed to most of it. Political career gone. To follow up on my favorite target down here in Tom's River, Mavis Tire on 280, Route 37. Here's this poor individual, and don't be the poor individual. So I have been dealing with a low-pressure gauge signal. You're getting a little light on your dashboard there. I went to Mavis, figuring I can get a new tire or two, and all would be great. Made an appointment. I was told I needed shocks and all kinds of stuff, and it would take 2 hours. When questioned, they said the cupping problem I had on my tire was from the bad shocks, not the tire. So 8 hours and $1,000 later, I was done. And about a week later, my tire started losing air again. Went to a local garage. Turned out it was a slow leak in the sidewall. Slow leak in the sidewall. This guy went to Mavis for that, and it wound up with a bunch of shocks and a $1,000 bill. Beware. Beware, beware. All right, we're going to break for commercial. When we come back, we'll do some talking. We'll be right back. Burns Brothers Memorials, Monuments, and Markers, 787 Tunley Avenue, Jersey City. Hudson County's only monument maker, serving all faiths and cemeteries. Design, studio, and large inventory on site. Cemetery inscriptions and custom orders welcome. Burns Brothers Memorials, Monuments, and Markers, 787 Tunley Avenue, just south of Secaucus Road. Craftsmanship that will last for all eternity. Burns Brothers, Jersey City, Albert H. Hopper, North Arlington. Visit us on the net. Welcome back. Tom River Show. Pat O Melia here. Don't forget everything on the bottom of the screen. Hopefully by now we got our website working. I had the misfortune of dealing with GoDaddy. They've been handling our site for years and years, ever since we had a site for that matter. They debited my account for 3 years of service. I don't want 3 years of service. I want 1 year. Who knows what's going to happen 3 years from now. So I get in touch with GoDaddy. They give me a refund. But during the process of giving me a refund for 2 years, they took my site offline. And as of the taping, we were still offline. Hopefully, it's working now. Seaside Heights. There is no bigger cheerleader for Seaside Heights. Well, maybe Joe Picari, Ocean County Commissioner Joe Picari, than I. I like the borough. I like the administration here, Tony Vaz, his son Chris Vaz. I like all the individuals who make up Seaside Heights, from Chief Boyd to Dave Scott, all the individuals that make up the boardwalk in the town. And normally I'm in full agreement with Mayor Vaz. Whatever he wants to do, I'm with him on that. Until they are attempting to designate 13 pieces of property in Seaside Heights as areas of need of redevelopment. Why do I bring this up? Well, first off, Seaside Heights is incredibly important to Tom's River. It's an economic engine for Tom's River. And what happens here could happen over the bridge. The areas that, when they say in need of redevelopment, is the buzzword for eminent domain is coming. Now, some of these properties have a history. And Mayor Boz is cracking down on problem properties in Seaside Heights. He wants a family atmosphere. He doesn't want the hooligans and the bad reputation, sleaze side, the Jersey Shore gang, even though a lot of that was scripted. You know, Snooki's opening a store on the boulevard. I requested an interview. I didn't get the okay on that yet. Well, there are 13 sites that Mayor Boz and the town council are looking at to declare as areas of redevelopment. Now, some of them are vacant lots. Some of them you probably know if you come into Seaside Heights. The White Pearl, it's right over on, what is that, Sumner and Central, big motel. The idea didn't work. It was Maria Maruka. She was big on this. It was going to be a higher level motel than the run-of-the-mill Seaside Heights. The idea didn't work. So it sat vacant. After Superstorm Sandy, it became a Home Depot center there, and it still sits empty today. Now, the building's clean. You know, it's not all beat up. It's not a bad-looking piece of property, but it's vacant. But I'm sure it's paying property taxes. The Offshore Motel, that has a history here in Seaside Heights. Now, I understand what Mayor Boz is doing. They're already trying to pull their mercantile license. The Calmer, you know, the town cracked down on it. The town basically closed the Calmer. That's here, and it is an eyesore for the town. But it's one of those properties on the boulevard that, you know, we got vacant lots on the boulevard, huge. And eventually a Calmer will be a vacant lot also. Cloud 9 Motel, a problem site in Seaside Heights. The cops go there often. A smiley face building. You may not know it. Hopefully we got some pictures up. It's a cinder block building. There's only a few cinder block buildings. Must have had something to do with the railroad at one time. Bob Bennett, as I understand it, owns that building. Bob Bennett owns a lot of businesses in Seaside Heights. So one time he owned the boardwalk itself. That's his storage location. It's clean, it's yellow, it's got happy faces on it. Everybody calls it the smiley face building. And there's a handful of vacant lots. Now, what the town, I guess, isn't happy with what these property owners are doing. Now, again, I understand the Offshore Motel and the Cloud 9. There are problems with the clientele. The cops are there all the time. The borough wants to take that property under the guise of area in need of redevelopment, bing, 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 eminent domain, and give that property to someone else. Somebody else who will buy the property from the town. Now, I'm in favor of development. I'm not in favor of stealing someone's property rights. Now, if you don't take care of your property and it becomes an eyesore, the Calmer, I'm with Mayor Boz on that. But these other sites, you know, you want to be a problem site like the motels, I'm with Mayor Boz on that. You know, Bob Bennett's smiley face building, it's clean. The White Pearl, it's a clean building. Yeah, obviously, they're paying their taxes. We shouldn't go and take anybody's property rights. A vacant lot isn't bothering anybody. Some people want that vacant lot next to their property. So they don't have the problems with neighbors. Whatever their reason is, there's an owner of that vacant lot. They could have purchased it 2-3 years ago as an investment, and they're waiting before they cash in. Whatever it is, these vacant lots are not strewed with garbage and all. They're clean vacant lots. You know, if the town was going to take these properties for, say, a park, a police station, that sort of thing, I'm with you in the eminent domain, but pay a decent dollar for it. When they go with eminent domain, that's the indication that somebody doesn't want to pay the going rate. That's the problem with eminent domain. Taking a property from someone so the borough can give it to somebody else to develop on it, because we don't like that you kept that lot vacant. We want a property on there so we can get more tax dollars. That could be legitimate, but there's a lot of vacant land. We don't like that the White Pearl is just sitting there. Even though it's clean, it's not a beat-up looking building. We think more things can be done with that. Yeah, well, if you got a plan for it, make a decent offer. Make an offer to buy the property. Don't go the eminent domain route. And like I said, the trouble properties, I'm with them on that. The Karma, the town itself kind of closed that up. The Bamboo is gone. That's a vacant lot, one of the very many vacant lots on the boulevard. Um, that's not the way to acquire a property. And just about every piece of commercial property in Seaside Heights is for sale, but the people want a good going rate. The property values in Seaside Heights have skyrocketed. For that matter, Zillow was predicting in 2022, property values will go up about 23%. I'm starting to question the redevelopment in Seaside Heights. About 7 motels will bite the dust this year. 2 or 3 of them are already knocked down. There, some others, Coral Sands is going to go soon. And there's a lot of development on parking lots in Seaside Heights. So basically, we lost probably about 350 short-term rental rooms. I'm going to say about another 400 parking spots because they're building these condos. And the condos has a garage, so you have a driveway also. So you lost on-street parking. I don't think this is a good long-term plan for Seaside Heights. You don't want to lose the shore town feel. And plus, all the buildings they're building in Seaside look absolutely the same. I mean, they'd like to have one blueprint for a building or a condo. They all look exactly the same all over the town. I question the redevelopment idea here. All right, we're going to break for commercial. You're watching the Tom Driver Show. I'll be right back. Consumer Carpets, 3408 Kennedy Boulevard in the Jersey City Heights. Your one-stop store for residential and commercial floor treatments. Carpeting, linoleum, tiles, laminates, hardwood floors, area rugs, remnants. All major brands, all in stock. Free estimates, same-day installation. Consumer Carpets, it's savings, selection, installation. Credit cards and debit cards accepted. Financing available. Consumer Carpets, price to fit your budget, installation to fit your schedule. On the net at consumercarpets.com. Consumer Carpets, Jersey City, 201-792-2712. You're watching the Tom Driver Show. I'm here before I drop the redevelopment thing. I got to remember to take pictures. Every one of these new condos they're building is the exact same building. It's as if they only have one drawing to go by. It almost looks like you go from block to block, you see the same houses, as if they're moving this house around. Plastic bag ban starts May 4th. Now, when I'm down here in Seaside Heights, I go to the ShopRite on Fisher Boulevard. It's a Shaker. Actually, one of these days I got to sit down and do a piece on Shaker. I'm not crazy about how they run the store from Paul Mutter was the owners prior. They just sold out. They all retired. To me, and I used to work for ShopRite. Sitting at ShopRite, I was a kid there. You could see it's not the same management team there. You go in the parking lot. Carts are everywhere. Under the old ownership, you had to put a quarter in to get the cart. And, you brought it back, you got your quarter back. Carts are everywhere. They're in the parking spots. They're way overstacked in the cart corral. They're hanging out. It looks like an absence of management. And when you go in the store, there's a lot of empty shelves there. Again, I'm losing weight. Instead of having ice cream or yogurt as a snack, I have cucumbers and green peppers. I happen to like vegetables and fruits. You go to Fisher, the ShopRite on Fisher Boulevard, and there's no green peppers or cucumbers. Those, they grow here in Jersey. It's not like I'm worried about a supply chain issue. So somewhere down the line, I'm going to do something on Shaker supermarkets. Because I never was crazy about the big one further down by the Parkway. The plastic bag ban begins May 4th. And in supermarkets, and this is just supermarkets, mind you, the brown paper bags are also banned. So you have no bags unless you want to buy reusable bags from the store. Now, I'm not a fan of plastic bags, never was. I realize they're convenient. I'm a brown paper guy. For that matter, when I was a kid, I was playing the first games of Tetris. I used to bag at ShopRite, and the food would come down the cart, and I would manage to get it all in the bags. It was like Tetris before there was Nintendo. Why brown paper bags are banned, I don't know. They're biodegradable. They're not blowing around on the street. And if they are, you can pick them up pretty easy. They're not going to hang around forever. It's not a problem with the landfills or all that stuff. They're brown paper bags. And Any other business besides the supermarkets can give you a brown paper bag. For that matter, and it's probably the benefit of us all, Home Depot will, May 4th, are going to use brown paper bags. Nothing can be worse than the plastic bags Home Depot uses. They are the worst plastic bags known to man. I don't care what you put in them, they rip. I understand the brown paper, but that's the ban. The last food order I got, and we go in Hoboken often, ShopRite, I'm making a mental note as I'm bagging of how much stuff is wrapped in plastic that I'm putting in plastic bags that are soon to be banned. You know, like 80% at least of what I put in the plastic bags that we're banning was wrapped in plastic. And this was everything from meat and chicken. And there's a double whammy with the meat and chicken because there's a styrofoam tray wrapped into plastic. Milk, I get the non-fat milk. I get the gallon jug, gallon bottle. Plastic, gallon. I get the coffee mate for my coffee. Guess what it's in? Plastic. Frozen food, get the frozen broccoli, frozen cauliflower, that frozen, all that. Guess what that's in? Plastic. I'm putting plastic into plastic. But pretty soon, May 4th, I'm not going to have this bag. I'm going to have to buy whatever my bag is. I have to carry bags with me. Now, I have a few cars, so that's a problem, too. We'll have to call ShopRite to pick something up. Got to have bags. So I've been preparing for that, but I'll get to that. Snapple. Diet Snapple, lemon, plastic bottles now. Thank God, because the old packaging was ridiculous with the glass. Yeah, you're picking them up and they're rattling them around. You put them in your car. Damn thing would break. Turkey hot dogs. Plastic. Gum. I quit smoking about 12, 13 years ago, something like that. So I chew a lot of gum now instead of buying the cigarettes, which gum's getting expensive also. They're all in plastic. Diet Pepsi. No caffeine. That's what I drink. Plastic bottles. Gatorade. Gatorade Zero. That's what I drink. They're in plastic bottles. Smaller plastic bottles that I'm paying more money for, by the way. I think the Gatorade, I think it was 28 ounces. They downsized it to 24 ounces, and I'm paying 30 cents more a bottle now. That's what you call shrinkflation. We're paying more, and they're giving us less. For that matter, somebody actually counted the Doritos in the bag. There's 5 less Doritos in the bag now. Shrinkflation. Ben's rice. Remember Uncle Ben's? Now he's just Ben's rice. Ben's rice, I eat a lot of rice. Chicken and rice, sausage and rice, ham and rice, that sort of thing. Rice, not a lot of calories in it. You can stock up on them. Plastic. Bread, plastic. Everything I'm putting in the bag, the plastic bag that we're banning, is in plastic. And there are tons of exceptions to the plastic bag ban. It almost comes down to, looks like the whole idea is to make things inconvenient for you and I when we go shopping. Again, I don't mind the brown paper bag. I can put a lot of product in brown paper bags. Like I said, it's like playing Tetris for me. The point is, almost everything we buy is in plastic. The only thing, this feel-good law, and I'm positive this will be revisited once we get in the full swing of things, is just inconveniencing us. As far as dealing with the plastic, we should handle that properly. Do we handle it properly? Obviously not. I think we do overblow the situation, but I'd rather not have the plastic bags blown around in the streets, driving over them, it gets caught in your accessory drives. You don't want these damn thing on your muffler. You don't want them on your accessory drive, your AC compressor, your generator, alternator generator. Old. Yeah, I don't want to walk around carrying like 10, canvas bags. By the way, which aren't sanitary after you use them a few times, because things leak. You want to wash these things? This really, I don't think this was thought out. And it'll be interesting to see how Jersey people handle it. Because Jersey, we don't always follow, like, pumping gas. We're the only state that doesn't allow you to pump gas. Because we're Jersey. Jersey girls don't pump gas. The rest of the other 49 states, you pump your own, not in Jersey. Now, I pumped my own forever. I even know how to work the interfaces on the pumps. Like I said, the only benefit I see is at Home Depot, where they have the worst plastic bag. All this law, in my opinion, is doing is inconveniencing me and you, and somebody's feeling like we're saving the earth, save the earth, save the earth. We can handle the plastic better. That's up. That's on us. All right, we're going to break for commercial. You're watching this Tom's River Show. I'll be right back.
Stevens Jersey City Ford, certified parts and service located at Route 440 and Communipaw Ave, is your #1 source for Ford and Lincoln automotive needs. We use certified Ford Motorcraft products to keep your Ford running in top shape. Motorcraft parts are backed with the Ford warranty, which includes a 2-year unlimited mileage guarantee. Our team will have the right Motorcraft part to ensure the best performance from your Ford or Lincoln. You can order in person at the parts counter or online. Let us help keep your Ford or Lincoln in the best shape at Stevens Jersey City Ford.
We're back. You know, they were going to pass this plastic bag ban, a year or so ago, but then COVID came, so we stopped it. I don't know how COVID's, was preventing the COVID spread of COVID, or how plastic bags were preventing the spread. But, all of these, I'm big on, saving the planet and stop polluting and all. This is a law that is really just aimed at the average person who's just trying to get by in life, trying to go food shopping. And a lot of people have different uses for these plastic bags. I know pet owners use them to clean up after their pet. I have them in my garage. I put, small things in them to transport between the two studios when I'm doing repairs there. There's a lot of things you can do with these plastic bags. Can we handle it better? Yes. We should. I'm not the one that's throwing them in the street. I'm not the one that throws them in public receptacles. And if you have a garbage can, you should have a lid on it so they don't blow out of there. There are things we can do. Quick hits. Tom's River. Don Guardian. I know a Dan Guardian. Don Guardian. He was your former BA. He is presently an assemblyman out of Atlantic City. He's a really smart guy, if you know Don. I know him through other political figures. He's a financial wizard, as I understand it. Great reputation. He was the BA here in Tom's River under Mayor Kelleher, and he stayed on under Mayor Mo Hill. And during one of the township council meetings, Guardian suffered a stroke. And, of course, fortunately, some of the guys that were elected along with Mo Hill were EMTs, and they got Mr. Guardian to the hospital. And then he went on a long recovery, but he did recover, God bless. He recovered, and he's ready to go to work, and they fired him. He was fired. Well, you were out of work a long time, and we replaced you with this other guy, and you're out. How low do you have to be to fire the poor guy who was the head of your BA department, who was out recovering from a stroke, and when he's ready to come back to work, you fire him? If you're going to fire him, maybe you should have done it during his recuperation. This way, you don't play around with this guy. He's thinking he's coming back to work. It is, and I've said this before when this first happened, it was low. It was handled improperly. Now there are tons of other accusations coming out of this lawsuit by Assemblyman Guardian, Don Guardian. This is going to get ugly. You know what also is going to get? It's going to be expensive. Why Mo Hill hasn't settled this suit, or the legal department, is beyond me. Forget the accusations that are being said of a sexual nature. Just how the town handled his dismissal is enough to give this guy a settlement. It was poorly done. As I said then, it was amateuristic. This is not how political circles handle these things. There's a proper way to do it. And Mo Hill and his team didn't do the proper thing with Don Guardian. Now, who's going to be on the hook? You are, Tom's River, because he's gonna hit the lottery here. And the more this goes on, the uglier it gets, to the point where you have to start looking at some other people involved in this. Mo, settle the suit before it gets too damn expensive for the people at Tom's River. If you were watching the Ocean County Commissioner meetings, or if you pay attention to them, just for the incompetence alone, it's worth watching these things. George Gilmore, the former chairman of the Ocean County GOP, went before the commissioners and grilled them over some irregularities in Ocean County, particularly in the election end. They should have told us that George Gilmore was going to be addressing the commissioners, because we could have sold tickets to that. Because George Gilmore is going to grill them. And I'm going to tell you something. If George Gilmore is before the commissioners asking questions, he already knows the answers to those questions. You know what else George Gilmore knows? He knows they don't have the answers to those questions. And it was really three of these commissioners that proved that they did not have the answers to George Gilmore. And if you get a chance and if you subscribe to the Asbury Park Press, they have a recording of it. It's not a great recording, but it's enough. Just to watch a professional, a political genius like George Gilmore in a battle of wits where three of those commissioners are unarmed. They should have never been in the same room with George Gilmore. I'm going to predict now that George Gilmore will be back as the chair of the Ocean County GOP, because it is dysfunctional. And just three of those five commissioners, just watching them in action, you realize how dysfunctional things are. Speed calming devices. They take many forms on the roads. The Hudson County commissioners, my neck of the woods, many of your old neck of the woods, are petitioning by resolution to the state DOT to install traffic calming devices on county roads. In particular, we're talking about Kennedy Boulevard in Jersey City. I'm sure you all know. They'll put some sort of a speed bump there. It could be the tiger teeth or these rumble strips, whatever it is another device to slow down traffic. Now, I don't know how fast you can possibly drive on Kennedy Boulevard. If you recall Kennedy Boulevard, you're not doing 60 on the Kennedy Boulevard. There's too many lights, too many of everything on Kennedy Boulevard. But what is interesting is the Hudson County commissioners are taking the step to try to slow down some of these cars and try to help pedestrians. I had requested from the Ocean County commissioners the same thing on Hamilton Avenue in Seaside Heights. My kids have a home that they have on Hamilton, and it's like a raceway going up Hamilton. And there was an accident. There's always accidents. There was an accident last year. Kid got hit in the crossway, and I got in touch with some of the commissioners about getting a speed bump in there. It is a county road. The town can't do a lot. You know, Tommy Boyd, the chief, he has the police. He's got them sticking around, hanging around with the radar going. Just put in a couple of speed bumps on Hamilton, and the raceway will end. And interesting, the Let's Go Brandon store, I don't know if you've seen it. We should have a picture of it up there. Opened on Route 37, eastbound, going into Seaside Heights. Got all this Don Trump stuff in there. So if you don't have enough Don Trump memorabilia, or you don't have a Don Trump flag, or Don Trump 2024, you can get it over there, right by the couple's house. That's where I seen all the cars in the couple's houses. Oh, they're doing great business. So I went in. Turned out it was Let's Go Brandon. All right, that's it for the show. I'm out of time. You be good. You be safe. I'll talk to you next week. Good night.